Welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It's, what day is it? I think it's Monday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. No idea. My daughter's first day at a new job at McDonald's, so that was a sort of bittersweet moment really, watching her walk in there. It was a very strange, odd sensation, like a part of you's walked away and left a little bit, if you know what I mean. It was really odd, but a great feeling as well. Can't quite put my finger on it. Anyway, so for today, I'm so tired today. Shouldn't even be shaving with a Shavette, but let's do it anyway. Arcadia from Stirling. This was sent to me from artisanarcade.com over here in Australia. Peter, sure it's Peter, I hope I got that right. Sent me a couple of samples and another menthol drops, frost drops. Top bloke, really nice guy, amazing shipping, great packaging, superb. Now the soap I have squished into a bowl here. Now I soaked it for far too long, and it did the same thing as what the Mitchell's Wool Fat did, like all the slime or something came out in it. I don't know what it is, but we'll see if it's affected the soap at all. The brush I have got soaking here, as you can see the water level is below the handle, is that darn raw 28mm Rhodium knot. And the reason I'm using this is because I love the brush, I love the handle, I love the knot, and I think I'm slowly starting to beat this knot into submission in a sense. So I'm going to just a light flick, so I'm going to leave quite a bit of moisture in this knot, as you can see there. Now this doesn't gel like a turn and shave tip knot or anything like that, but you can see they do gel ever so slightly, they do stick together. But there's a lot of scrub still with this brush, but pretty much no, well there isn't any, there's no scritch or scratch, there's nothing poking your skin or anything like that. Now Arcadia is a clone or a dupe, or whatever you want to call it, of Hermes Pterodermis. I think that's it, Pterodermis, which is a sort of orange cologne type fragrance. And this smells brilliant. I don't know why I let this go out of the den, to be honest, but it's a really nice scent. I'm really happy that he sent me this one, because actually it was one of those ones that when I got rid of it, I was a bit upset really. I didn't want to get rid of it, but I got rid of it anyway, crazily enough. So here we go with the 28mm Rhodium knot. There's far too much water in this knot. Far too much. In fact, this looks like it's going to be a bowl lather, so let's just make it a bowl lather, why not? Haven't lost any hairs out the knot so far that I can see. That's a bonus straight off the bat. Whoa, smell that. It's a really nice scent. One of Stirling's better scents, I think. It's got good scent strength, around about 5, 6 off the soap, but it's one of Stirling's most sort of, I would probably say it's one of their more complex scents, albeit that it smells to my nose like a unique sort of one scent. There's nothing really else there. I know this is a blend of things to create whatever this is, and it's really, really nice, and as you can see it is whipping up pretty good. So this is turning into more of a bowl lather than an actual, what I would normally do, a face lather. I'm going to try and load the brush so the brush is loaded well and truly. In fact, I can tell you right now the brush is completely overloaded. Look at that. Right, we'll go with that. I could be lathering for the next fortnight. Stirling salts. Stirling have been getting quite a good show up on YouTube at the moment. Lots of people using it for different reasons. Some people are using it because it's brilliant, and it is a very, very good salt. I can't really fault the actual performance of it. The only thing that, in my opinion, lets it down ever so slightly, Stirling overall, is the scents can be a little bit boring in terms of most of the scents. Wintergreen, I mean, look at this, holy shit. The orange chill, lemon chill, you know, all those sort of scents, the licorice, they are just straight one-dimensional scents. There's nothing fancy about them. They do exactly what they say on the tub, like, you know, they smell exactly like you would expect an orange to smell, or a lemon to smell, or wintergreen to smell. Oh, God, it's a great scent. This one, it's just got a little bit more to it, and as you can see, this bit of soap here is trying to escape. In fact, you know what, I'm going to do it. Oh god, this is going to be really messy, this ladder. Let's rub this in a bit. Do you know what? I've seen ladders with a brush worse than that. In fact, I've made ladders worse than this with a brush. I could shave with that, and it's really, really good. Tastes pretty much as it smells, but it's not very sweet. It smells sweet and doesn't taste sweet, but it is soap right enough. You're not really supposed to be tasting as soap. I just can't help myself sometimes. Oh, I can really smell it now, it's on the face. Yeah, starting to make a bit of a mess already. Because there's so much soap, it's just running down the side of the handle. And like I said, I did leave the knot was probably just a little bit on the wet side when I started, but that's okay. So I mean, another great thing with my daughter starting work is her first day of training at McDonald's today. I mean, McDonald's have got amazing training. I never went to McDonald's myself to work, but I have heard amazing things just with regards to the training. And I think that will stand her in good stead should she wish to go anywhere else. I think that's very favourable on a CV or resume or whatever you call it in your own respective countries. When you're going for a second job or more jobs in cafes or any jobs really that you've been trained at McDonald's, I believe it's held quite highly in regard by other companies. Seriously, look at that. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Wow. So she's got 3 hours today, 3 hours tomorrow, 3 hours on Thursday, and then she's got a first shift on Saturday. Saturday lunchtime. It's a first shift at McDonald's. Talk about being thrown at the deep end. The only upside is, and it's a minor upside, is that we are slowly coming out of self-isolation and quarantine and things like that in Western Australia, because we haven't had any new cases in the last 8 days. Or we might have had one. We've had no deaths in the last eight days. I think we've only had something like 8 deaths altogether. We've only got a handful or 20 or so active cases of COVID-19. And everyone else has recovered. So we've done very, very well. Wow, holy shit. Right, I was going to add some moisture to this, but it does not need it. I think Jack over the virtual groom route would be proud of that ladder. Spectacular. No hairs lost from the brush so far. Happy days. Right, the Feather Artist Club stainless steel Shavette with the black plastic handle. Now I've seen, oh god, what's his name? That's terrible. Brian over at Executive Shaving. He placed a picture of this razor with the Scotch wood handle. They sell them, and look, it's absolutely stunning. The wooden handle takes this razor to a whole new level. On here as well, on the Scotch one, it's got feather written on here, I think, as well. It's just quite classy, and I don't like things normally written on stuff, but when it's written sort of in an obscure sort of area where it's not bang on here where it looks tacky, it looked really classy, and I really like that wood scale. So here we go anyway with this. Look at that ladder. Good old Stirling, good stuff. I've got 26 hours growth or something. Someone was asking about under the nose, saying they were struck. Sorry, I can't remember who it was, memory's dreadful. What I sort of do is I follow my, is it cremula? Can't remember. Cremula? I think it's a cremula, something like that. Which is this part of the nose, here, a bit in between both nostrils. I sort of follow it with the blade. I don't really touch it too much with the blade, but I follow it until it hits underneath, and then I slowly scoop, and I try and not stop. Stopping with the razor and starting on your skin isn't good, so try and keep it moving the whole time, so as you're pushing it in slowly. I'll probably cut myself now. So you actually can see I've scooped the whole lot in one movement. On the side it's not quite as easy, but I can still follow my nose a little bit. As long as you pull tight down. Like I say, I'm not a Shavette master or a cracking straight razor shaver. I'm learning like everyone else. Chris over at IamCDB, we're all on this sort of learning boat at the moment. We're not Kai Triskas and Stallions and Frank Strombergs and your Johans of Shaven Butcher and Matty Lindholm. We are not those type of people. We are learning this. It's not easy. It's not as easy as it looks. You know, I mean, I'm good with it now as what I was. I'm still shit though.
Sorry, did I?
So all the kids are back to school now. As of next week, schools are open, boom, everyone's back. And hopefully, nothing happens that doesn't spread again. As you can see, it's definitely hydrated enough because it's just melting off the blade. Nothing on the blade. Same again. Got my contacts in today. When you're using a Shavette or a straight razor, the contacts, because you're looking like that, they sort of stick a little bit, because I've got toric lenses. For those of you that don't know what toric lenses are, I don't know whether you can see them in my eyes. By the way, that's not a cancer or anything, it's called a hemangioma, which is a surface blood vessel, just before people start panicking. I've got what's called astigmatism in my eyes, which means that they're not actually round, they're oval. So as such, my lenses have to be weighted. Because they're oval, I can't have a perfectly round contact lens, because it would sit at one position. My eyes are oval, so I need the lens to sit like that. It has, because I don't know whether it's because I've got different ranges through my eyes, I'm not sure, but if my lens rotates round at any angle at all, it goes blurry straight away. So my lenses are thicker on one end than the other, keeps it weighted, keeps the lens straight. So it's not just as simple as having lenses. First pass down, not too shabby really. considering how tired I am, that felt quite nice. And to be honest with you, this is quite a relaxing scented soap. It sort of calms the nerves. Shaving does in general, but this actual scent is really nice. It's a scent that I've never actually purchased. Wait to see this. Stunning. Once again, no hairs lost. I don't want to get my hopes up too much because I've had so much bad luck with hand tied knots. But for whatever reason, not beating the shit out of it on the towel and drying it upside down and combing it out every day that I used it, and every day pretty much I didn't use it, has really helped, I think. Right, let's go from left to right across the grain. I want to give a shout out to someone as well. I don't actually know whether he watches my channel or not, but I've watched his now. He's actually, I've watched a couple of his videos. The main one that caught me was using, I think it was one of these from memory. Yeah, I'm sure it was a feather. And he catches himself a cracker on the cheek, and fuck me, that thing bled. Whew. There's a bit of Jack there from the virtual groom room, a bit of swearing. Disgusting. You never hear me swear. So Mr. G shaves, I'm sure it's Mr. G. Is it Mr. B? No, Mr. G. I'm sure it's Mr. G shaves. I'll pop it down below if I remember. You know me, I'm shit at that. Right, here we go. This is the shaving butcher technique, or where I learned it at least. It's probably not the shaving butcher technique, but grab your skin, try and make it not slick, pull it to the side. And it works. An absolute treat. I'm really, really happy with that, how that works. A little scoop, and then we'll go down here. I definitely notice, you know, when I'm using this straight, the Shavette, if there's no soap on your skin and it's not wet or slick enough, you really notice the drag. I've got one weeper bang in the centre there. It's annoying me because I'm pretty good everywhere else, surprisingly. Actually, I've had some lovely comments regarding using the Shavette as well, from people that are highly respected regarding in this hobby. You know, Dave Card, Johan, Shaving Butcher, Frank Stromberg. You know, I've had a lot of really nice comments about how I've used it and how I'm doing with it. You know, I've opened that weeper. It's not difficult, it just takes a while, and stick with it honestly, because the shave that you get from it, I mean, it's not, at the moment, it's not a DE shave quality. I'm not getting as close as a DE, but I'm getting better. And closer. With every shave. I'm getting closer, I'm getting better shaves, and I'm getting less sweepers. There's 2 there. I mean, normally I've got a few, certainly here I'm bad. I'm going to tackle that a little bit differently today. Residual slickness on Stirling is excellent. You just can't grab your cheeks, you can't grab your skin. It's got a good sort of actual physical barrier of slickness and protection once you've actually scraped all the soap off. Now here's what I like about this knot. So I've scraped all the soap off. You paint it not super hard, but you paint it reasonably hard. You can see there's a bend in the brushes I'm painting. And what happens is the flow through on the bottom scrapes it all out, squeezes it out through the base of the brush. That's your flow through. What comes out the bottom is flowing through, and then you can just grab it and paint it on. And before you know it, you've got a wonderful lather everywhere. I mean, performance-wise, Jack actually picked this as his classic shave soap. Now, Stirling hasn't been around for a long time. It's been around for, I think, about 8 years. But I don't think they've changed the formula in 8 years. It's the same stuff, and it works so well. Really close. I'm getting certainly better around the lip area. That's the sort of bit that gets me the most. That's the bit that annoys me the most, that bottom lip and in the corners. And I'm almost getting it spot on now. Now, rather than chew myself up down here, I'm just going to look at that look. Just getting too close really. Shaving too close to the blood, as Johan would say. A little bit too much soap on my hands there. It was hard to sort of hold on to my skin and hold on to the razor at the same time. We'll just stop there and then we'll just come back up again and just catch this little bit here. And there we have it. Probably, I mean there's still a little bit of hair floating about here and there, but that for me is pretty damn good. Now that for me is the sign of a quality soap. If you watch my Derby shave from yesterday, a classic shave for a classy man, classy guy, you'll notice that literally once I finished the shave, splash of water, my face was clean. There was no soap left over. I am just going to touch up there. That side's perfect, that's perfect. Just there, just that little bit there I missed, but everything else looks pretty good for me. With that one weeper there, and everything else seems to have healed up nicely. Happy days. What a shave. Yeah, so Stirling, obviously, along with pretty much any other good quality soap, will linger around at the end of the shave. Once you're trying to wipe it off and wash it off, it will stick. But you know, it's hard to get it off. 3, 4, 5 splashes of water. Getting the soap out of the brush. That's a hell of a shake that I gave that there, and nothing has popped out. There's still loads of soap off you here. So just give another quick little rinse. Because I loaded that brush so long and so heavy, it was bound to hold on to some soap. Same again, massive shake, no hairs. It's just a tiny bit of lift. I like to get pretty much all of it out. I think that'll do us. So that was a hair coming out, but it's not. So there we go, that is what the knot looks like once you've shaken pretty much every bit of water out of it. I'm going to dry the handle off. And then just a few light strokes. And that's it. Just set that aside now and move on. Stirling Arcadia, which is two dummies from Hermes. It is a dupe or a clone of that. It's a really nice scent, very warming, relaxing scent, sort of citrus cologne. Now, as far as I'm aware, the Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum and the Parfum all have got beast mode sort of projection and silage and scent strength and longevity. I have tried it in the shop before, it did last ages. I've never purchased it though, I've never just opted and went, I'm just going to grab a bottle, I just never have. AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. 1 pump of that into wet hands. Looks like that. As you can see, I've still got a shit ton of growth on my head. It's getting worse and worse. It's making me look older and older. It will be coming off soon. I don't think I'm too far away off the head shave. And the head shave will consist of this. To take the first layer off all of this, I'm going to whip it all off with the Shavette, and then I'll tackle the rest with the leaf razor. But anyway, that's the soap. The soap is in this bowl drying now. This was a sample. The samples are pretty generous. The wrapper it comes in, this stuff here, I can't remember what it's called, but it is biodegradable, which is great. Stirling thinking ahead, thinking a little bit more for the environment, which is brilliant. Just a little bit of soap off the razor. The brush has finally, I think I've finally broken its back. It's now working. I'm not losing hairs. I'm not getting annoyed with it. It seems to be exactly as I thought it was going to be. Look at this handle though. Rob Moffat, it does make a beautiful brush, and this handle is stunning. It really is absolutely stunning. There is his coin on the bottom. Beautiful. The feather razor, I'm getting better with it. I'm still not brilliant with it, but I'm better and better with it. I do have another Shavette on the way I'm really looking forward to getting hold of. And I finished off today with this under the nose on one side. So one little bit there for me for a whole Shavette shave. Spot on. Proud of myself really. AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. This is slowly becoming one of my favourite post shaves ever. It's just fantastic. Fantastic. Is that a hair? That's going to annoy me. I don't know what that was. I think it was like a little spot or something. I can't really see any more than that. 3 passes in a bit with a Shavette. This is all healed already, it's not red and sore, and that weeper's gone. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.